Let's talk some football now. The stage is set for the Ravens' next home game at M&T Bank Stadium this weekend, and the stage is a pristine football field under the care of a much dedicated grounds crew.
Yes, and sports director Mark Viviano joins us with more on the team that's getting the grass ready for game day. Mark.
They have a saying that grass grows by the inch but is trampled by the foot, and it's an ongoing battle. You want your lawn to look like the one at the stadium? Well, all you need is a college degree in turf management, a professional crew, high-tech mowers, in-ground drains and heating coils, grow lights, ground blankets, and tarps. And as I experienced, you got to get up early and stay up late to keep the grass in great shape. Serenity of sunrise gives way to work. 4 days before kickoff, the stadium grass gets a precision cut. The process begins with a good old-fashioned push mow with a high-tech blade that trims the outer edges. Then wide, careful swaths cut with a contraption that looks like it could have been constructed by NASA engineers. This pristine green space in Baltimore City is 57,600 square feet of meticulously tended Bermuda grass. Heads groundskeeper Sean Kauffman has been its caretaker for 8 years. He doesn't claim to know every blade, but he treats this field with tender, loving care.
It's kind of part of my family. You know, we spend a lot of hours here, a lot of time working with this field. So yeah, I mean, it probably is like it's almost like a child to me.
He treats it like his own, but this grass isn't native to Baltimore. It's grown on a farm in the Carolinas and shipped north by the truckload to be transplanted here and given the care you'd expect to see for a golf course. But there's no putting on this surface. Instead, there's pounding. Big guys with cleats play here. So it's not just important for the field to look pretty, it has to perform.
Your goal over the course of a whole year is to produce a field that can withstand, the biggest, strongest, fastest guys in the world, running and cutting and planting for, 3 to 4 hours. 10, 11, 12 times a year.
Like a child, this playing surface can be temperamental. Kauffman and his crew are on constant weather watch, looking out and adjusting for conditions that change day to day and season to season.
Whether it was a hurricane last October or some real treacherous cold weather in late December last year, it's done well and it recovers quickly, and we've been really pleased with the results.
After the crew cuts the grass, they set up for painting lines and logos, using strings with laser-like precision. Some crews actually use lasers for their layout, but these guys go old school, a metal tape measure. Football is a game of inches, more like millimeters for this crew. You can't make a mistake.
Well, you aim for perfection. You do the best you can. We take the time and go through the process of trying to make sure everything is exactly where it needs to be and that everything is crisp and detailed.
Next, the painting with machinery and guides to keep those lines laser straight. The grounds crew carefully mixes paint colors to get an exact vibrancy, beauty, and durability. That's the final step in 4 days of prep for a 3-hour football game. And when the game ends, their work begins again. Sometimes through the night.
The cleaning up of the field, sweeping up the debris, certainly walking the field and addressing any, divots that we may have out here. We could be out here seeding the field that night. We could be out here aerating the field that night, fertilizing the field that night. All sorts of different things that we could be doing.
And here's the kicker. All that work and care is done for a field that is used for a grand total of 3 games, including Sunday's game, because after the Billy Joel Stadium concert on October the 7th, they're tearing out all that turf and doing a complete transplant with new sod to get the Ravens through what they hope is the AFC title game in late January. So, start over in October.
You rocked it with that story. You guys did a great
absolutely.
job. Tape measure. Down to the T. Old school.
That is. And as Sean said, you can't make a mistake.
No mistakes.
Oh, no.
I don't think they make any because their field looks top notch.